All right, we now have some wonderful people to recognize that are with us, and it's just really a privilege to be part of this board to even get a chance to acknowledge people like this. So Dr. Swift, I know we want to acknowledge and recognize Ken Fischer first. Would you like to introduce this item, please?
I would love to.
Thank you.
Well, good evening, everyone. Good evening, Madam President, trustees, members of the community. It is our great delight this evening to welcome Ken Fischer from the University Musical Society. And I'm going to ask Robin Bailey if she will come down first and begin the events of the evening. And Ken, we're designing all of this so you don't have to climb up here until it's picture time, okay?
Good evening, trustees. It is my distinct pleasure to acknowledge Ken Fischer for all that he has contributed to our Ann Arbor public school system. It's just an incredible legacy that you leave us. And for those of you who don't know, we have this partnership with UMS that provides professional staff development for our teachers, student performances that are culturally relevant and worldwide renowned. They are not a program that dumbs down student performances and gives kiddie performances, but they bring the actual adult performers to the students during the school day. Ken came to us in 1987 and approached one of my predecessors, Deb Katz, who was then coordinator, and said, we need to do something for students. UMS really is committed to doing something for students. So it's been a long legacy, and I was privileged to bring students when it was first, the partnership was first formed with opera, fourth grade opera students. And I brought my students every year to a UMS performance. So Ken, we just want to thank you with a gift from our students. I want you to see the symbolism here. It is 2 doors. And these are a student from Skyline did this work. Wonderful. And it's a photo of 2 doors, symbolizing that you have opened doors for all of our students over the years, and the other door symbolizes the new door that you now open.
Thank you.
So thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you. Thank you, Robin. This is such a pleasure to be able to be here and to acknowledge what a wonderful partnership it's been now for almost 30 years. And I do want to acknowledge Deb, with whom our staff met almost 30 years ago, and she gave us such good advice at that time. And to have Deb from the past, Robin from the present, and then to have Terry Park, who is the person on our staff who works most closely with the Ann Arbor Public Schools, to have all 3 of them here tonight is really wonderful. I am just sorry that my wife Penny can't be with us. Penny is a woman I met in 1961 at Interlochen. We've been married for 51 years.
Wow.
And thank you. And as you know, we in 1987, we're just starting out here, and you've heard of Pillow Talk. Well, yes. Pillow Talk was Penny whispering in my ear, and now you've got this great job bringing these great artists, but what are you going to do for the kids? What are you going to do for the kids? And Penny is a flutist and a music educator and one of the founders of the Ann Arbor School for the Performing Arts. So music education has been something that she's been deeply dedicated to. She's ill, can't be with us tonight, but I did want to acknowledge where it started. And then everything from there. It's been such a wonderful partnership. We've been blessed to have great support from the superintendents over time, and Janice, we thank you. And it was about 20 years ago when we asked your permission if we could always have the superintendent of schools of Ann Arbor on our board as an ex officio member. And that's been very important as a statement for us. Absolutely. So that you know how important the schools are for us. And so this is a great honor. Thank you all very much. Let's keep Ann Arbor right at the top of those schools in this country that value the arts, because you certainly do. It's a great track record. You're going to love my successor. His name is Matthew Van Biesen. He's as deeply committed to this program as I am, and I hope you'll all have a chance to meet him. Thank you all very much.
Thank you. Mr. Ken, though, we're just getting started, so hold tight right there. It is such an honor for us, Ken, to have you here. And I remember when we were back at our spring luncheon, I said, would you come? And so we appreciate your being here to share this with us this evening. You have, Ken, in so many ways demonstrated your visionary leadership, and your leadership has impacted thousands of students over so many years. And we can talk about the concerts and the equity and access that you've created, and we love your legacy of everybody in, nobody out when it comes to the arts. And we believe in that vision, and we want you to know that it is our commitment to channel Ken as much as we can when we continue to make decisions and work to continue to have our children enjoy the arts. You get more than most folks do, that 1 in 4 of our students would not have an arts opportunity. They come from homes impacted by poverty, and they would not receive those opportunities except for the fine programs at UMS and our amazing arts programs in the Ann Arbor Public Schools. And there's been such synergy and fusion of those two programs together over the years. So we know that a life without the arts would be dull and depressing, and we know that our children have benefited so much from your impact, and we will do our very best to carry your legacy forward on behalf of the 17,448 students and all of the other 17,000s that will follow, because we are a better school system, and we are a better district, we are a better community because of Ken Fischer. And I so appreciate your being here this evening. And we hope that you won't go away, but you'll still be around at our events, because we love having you share that with our students. In addition to all the formal programming, Ken, I often remind you of all the times that I've seen you in action. And by that I mean finding that student who needs to connect with the artist personally, and I've seen you get students into personal, private tutoring behind stage with some of the world's renowned artists. And that says you care about them, not only on a systems level, but on individual student level. And we really appreciate that. And our thanks are wholly inadequate for the gift that you have given to our students, to Ann Arbor Public Schools, and to our Ann Arbor community. And so we say thank you so much. We're going to call you up and get a photo with you, but I bet you want to offer remarks.
Ken, I would just say that you set a very high bar, and you do the very best bringing the world to Ann Arbor and letting our kids see how accessible the best in the world is here because of you. And I hope that legacy continues. So our families are just so lucky, our community is so lucky, and we're lucky to have you now and in the future as well. Thank you so much for your many years of service. Thank you.